Bienvenidos todos sean a otro episodio de Todos Toman Podcast. Ahora, ¿por qué quitas eso,
Oh,
Miguel?
yo no lo quité, güey, ya
¿Lo
se fue.
quitaste, no?
Como empezaste en español, güey, it's like, oh, wrong podcast, ¿no? Y se
Sí,
salió.
güey. Sí, güey. Now, welcome everybody. Another podcast, another episode. Miguel always with his issues, technical issues. Episode 159, muchachos. 159. Getting
Almost
closer and
160,
closer.
dude.
Almost 160. Getting closer to that 200 mark, dude. We don't got Tank. Tank is
As of yet.
as of yet.
Eso
Yeah,
bien, ¿no?
he
Él
said he'll join.
prometió hacer un run-in.
Hopefully. Pero yeah, we got Miguel, Romero, and myself. And muchachos, as always, let's start off with ¿qué están tomando? Porque yo tengo mucha sed, ¿eh?
Yo también tengo sed.
Ya vi tú.
Well, I'll kick it off. So I'm actually drinking some coconut rum,
Oh shit.
Rum Haven.
Okay. Mixed with
Yeah. Mixed with
Con leche, ¿no?
horchata. No,
horchata.
okay.
Oh, okay. I just blurred it out.
No, it is horchata with coconut rum, dude.
Pretty
I
good?
had one yesterday,
Okay.
and it was pretty damn good. So,
First time yesterday.
see,
Okay.
yeah, we had the idea from we had gone out. What was it? I think it was last week. We went out to a bar, Carla and I, and we tried it. Like we saw like it was coconut rum and horchata, and it had something else, probably like
Mhm.
cinnamon or something.
Yeah.
Pero Carla pidió el drink and it was pretty good. And I was like, wait, like we have coconut rum at home. I'm like, we should buy an horchata and try it. So
Yeah.
sure enough, we did, and it's pretty fire, dude.
Fire.
How about, come on, it'd be funny if Ron was like, oh, I had it yesterday. Oh, how was it? It was okay.
No.
Not a fan, no?
I doubt that if he wasn't a fan, I doubt he would actually bring it on
Hey,
the show.
I've had a few things that I was not a fan. I still drank it here, dude.
Oh, okay. No, but you drank it here for the first time. It wasn't like Romero. He tried it, so he's like, I'm gonna give it another go because I liked it that much. Oh no, like the shit that we would mix. Sometimes we would have mixed drinks, and we'll be like, okay.
I don't know. I could have sworn I remember at least, for sure Tank when I was there, he was like, oh, so how was it? Oh boy, it tasted disgusting.
Yeah,
But
so that's what I'm saying.
he still showed it off. No?
He did. Dude. I mean, that was the purpose, right? Pero Miguel, what you got going on over there? Obviously, la botella que te mandé.
So no, not yet. Like, está frío, dude. So one of them is the Winter Jack, which I gotta get more.
Dangerous.
That's a dangerous.
Yeah,
Dangerous
and
motherfucker right there, dude.
the other one, dude.
Oh wait, what?
Dude. Champurrado, dude. Just champurrado by itself.
I love fucking Bernie Sanders there. Current mood.
Hell yeah, dude. That's exactly how I felt.
That shit was hilarious when that shit came out. That shit was fucking comedy. But if you guys already saw, I keep it boring, you know. We got the Dos Equis. I got 4 beers left from the weekend. I didn't stop to get anything else. Like 4 beers should be enough, right? I think so.
Johnny Boy's ready for the Eagles. I don't know.
Honestly, I know the big game's coming. Yeah, there's a coming weekend, and yes, I would prefer the Eagles over the Chiefs. That's just me.
I was just saying because you got the green room, the green beer.
I thought about the Green Bay Packers, maybe. I don't know. No,
why, dude? Yeah. Are they in the big game, dude?
They're not, dude, but they're in my heart. So that's how that matters dude, at this point.
I mean, as long as they're in your heart, because nobody else's heart, dude.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I respect that, dude. I respect that. Pero muchachos, I know Romero, you said you did something yesterday, like just a little get together yesterday, or no?
No. Actually, we kind of quarantined. We just not quarantined in the sense of COVID, but we just like kids been sick since like Thursday, so we just kind of laid low. We didn't go out. We didn't do much. I just made a few runs out to the store, get a couple of essentials. Y es donde aproveché y compré una horchata y dije, pues vamos a ver qué tal.
Dude,
I was proud of myself though, porque I had opportunities to buy beer, and I've been telling myself I need to slow down on my beer intake. Mm-hmm. So no compré cerveza, dude. I let it be. Had a few club sodas with mezcalito.
Nice.
That's about it. And then I had the the horchata drink that I tested out. Muchachos, before we go any further, though, un
Cheers,
saludcito,
¿no?
¿no?
Es que por
Porque
eso les dije
pues
que no
yo
me
sé que
dejen, ya les dije que no me dejen empezar el pinche episode, pero you guys don't care. I always forget, dude. There's always something that I forget. Honestly, lucky enough, dude, I asked you about what you did yesterday. I really wanted to get right into what we're going to talk about. Like, I was about to. So you stopped me, dude. Pero...
No, pero it's so good. Una de...
¿Otra?
It's good. I like the mix.
Ya, pues dale, dude. Ya vi que quieres. You want to cheers again, dude. Échale.
Sí.
Miguel, act like you're there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Estorba, ¿no?
I'm like, a double cheers, dude. I'm like, oh, shit.
Es que está bien bueno, güey.
Es que el Romero, yeah, he took a sip and then wanted to take another sip right after that one. So I was like, come on, dude, yeah. Give him a cheers. Pero I know you said you went out yesterday to do a couple runs to the store.
Like que no salí, pero sí. Sí, fui a las tiendas. Nomás.
Okay.
So I got a couple essentials.
Did you do it on purpose to not go out today? Ooh. That brings up...
No, I went to work. I went to the office.
Oh. Okay. Well, today, guys, we do record on Mondays. Today is the 3rd of February. And today was supposed to be, well, at least for Romero, was supposed to be, no? I'm just kidding. I went to work too. Pero era Día Sin Inmigrantes.
Correct.
A day without immigrants.
And I'll say this real quick before, so eso de Día Sin Inmigrantes, the funny thing is that I found out, I didn't hear much about it. And I found out actually yesterday when I went to go buy the horchata. Like the Michoacana that I went to buy the horchata, they had the signs out there like, hey, FYI, tomorrow, or they didn't say tomorrow, it said Febrero 3, vamos a cerrar en soporte en apoyo a Día Sin Inmigrantes.
¿Cómo no? You don't follow my baby, Becky G, dude. Ellos lo puso, dude. Hubiera saludo, dude. Bien informado, dude.
Yeah, dude. My baby Becky G. No, dude. I went to work myself. I did go to work as well. Necesidad, honestly. I mean, if I could, si puedo apoyar, I would. Like, honestly, I feel like I would. I know my girl didn't go to work. I don't know if it was on purpose, but I know she has...
You're just second guessing, no?
Let's just say
no. I know. I don't know because I know that she had people for today, like to go work, but then they rescheduled. So again, it just worked out, right? At the end of the day, they did say que más, que no compraras cosas, like, don't buy stuff, don't go to work.
No me compré lonche, dude.
No.
Yeah, so it's
Te llevaste lonche.
No, me esperé hasta que llegué a la casa.
Chingo de hambre, ¿no? What are you gonna say, Miguel?
I was like, you're so you don't go to work, you don't go to school, you don't
the girls didn't
no gastas dinero. Yeah, so no gastas dinero. And so that's the whole point. And this is something that's not new, right? Like do you guys remember the first one that came out? What was it in 2006?
2004, no? 4 or 5?
I don't know if it was. I think I want to say it was 2006, but I'm not 100% sure if it was the first. That was the first year.
It was March of 2006.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. I think so. I remember it was... I'm gonna date myself, but I remember senior year, porque me acuerdo, and it was like, don't go to school. Se hicieron las marchas en el centro.
Fuimos a las marchas.
And I remember coming back to school the next day, and they were questioning hard, like,
what's your status? What? Straight up. Excuse me. So what's your status? You didn't come by yesterday.
They're just standing by the ice machine, you know. No, pero I remember, porque normally you're absent from school, they'll call the house, they'll call the number they have on file and ask what the absence for. And I told my parents straight up, like, I'm not going to go to school. I'm going to go to the marchas and that stuff. We were over here in Plainfield. And I remember coming in the next day and like they were calling people to the principal's office.
Oh, shit.
And the principal will ask, like, so you weren't here. No, at least that's what they asked me. Like, you weren't here. What was the reason? Y a mí se me hizo raro. I'm like, well, you didn't call the house to find out. Why are you pulling me away from my learning time, quote unquote?
Yeah.
To talk to you about why I was absent. But I was like, oh, I was sick. He's like, oh, well, we know that, a lot of students did not show up because they went to protest downtown and they took the day off. He's like, we just want to know, did you go do that? I'm like, no, I called in sick. and that was it. But I'm like, that was weird. And then later on, I found out it was for funding purposes, right? So because you have to have X amount of students
Mm-hmm.
in the school a day, it affected the way, or it would affect the way they would get funding for, I don't know, next year or whatever.
Dude.
Yeah.
And then you would think that, for example, it wasn't in Chicago. You were in Plainfield, so in Plainfield
Yeah.
being majority white, like the majority of the school was white.
Yeah.
So for it to actually affect like any of that stuff, like it's crazy. I don't think it was a bunch of you guys, but
Fueron
you
las leyes
guys, no?
y por eso estaban bien preocupados.
Maybe too. What I was mistaking it for, guys, before Mega continues, I
Mhm.
was confusing it for that movie, A Date Without a
Oh,
Mexican.
they with the Mexicans. Oh,
That was a
Which
movie, and
was a
that was
flop, though.
2004.
Like, I don't think it did
I've
that
never
well.
watched it. I don't think I've watched it ever.
I saw it. I saw it. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched it either.
Yeah,
No.
like sí la vi because I was like, all right, I want to see the message. Um, was it an amazing movie? It was not. Was it a movie? Tampoco, right? Like, it was a little bit cheesy, but like it got, I guess, at least some word across, right? Pero
You know which movie though? Ahorita que you mentioned the movie, and I'm like, no, I did not watch that. The one that I remember, and that it's pretty, like, it gets you emotional, I'm sure. La de Bajo la misma luna,
oh, that one's, dude,
which that was Kate del Castillo
Kate del
and
Castillo,
Eugenio
yeah.
Derbez.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, y pues ahorita con todo este pedo, like, they'll do clips of that movie, and it's like, shit, I don't know if I can sit through and watch it, again. Like, I need to be in
That's
a
a
different mindset.
that's
Yeah.
a pretty hard hitting movie. Digo,
Good ass
well, so Eugenio Derbez had a few of them, yeah, porque está la de it a little bit. You could kind of say a little bit la de ¿cómo se llama?
Revoluciones?
Instrucciones no incluidas, where he came from
Restrictions not
Mexico, he
included.
crossed, yeah, he crossed, so he had to like work whatever kind of jobs he could because no tiene
That
papeles,
was a
¿verdad?
sad movie también.
Yeah, again, yeah, that was a very sad movie.
I
So what's
don't
it called?
remember that movie.
There's a lot of
Oh, wait. You haven't watched that, Johnny Boy?
I don't think so. I don't know. Is that the one where he's a professor?
no.
No,
There's a
he
one that she's a
adopts
professor,
or
no?
he takes custody of a little girl. No?
Yeah, like he works
Esta-
in a
yo esta-
hotel.
yo estaba pensando la de No se aceptan devoluciones.
Oh shit, am I confusing it too?
No,
That's the
no.
one. It's instructions not included.
Instruction not included.
Y no se aceptan devoluciones, se llama en español.
Oh, okay, then.
Yeah?
I guess we set the title wrong, but yeah.
Pero is that the one that he had like a one night stand, like in a playa, and then llega la mamá, he's like, hey, le da la hija. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, my taxi's on there. I
Yeah.
need to pay, so give me something.
Yes,
Okay.
that one, yeah.
Okay, I saw that. I
Mhm.
saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. Y es una güerita, ¿no? Like
Yeah.
the actor.
Mhm.
Con la que, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Huh?
No, I'm like, yeah, that one, dude. Esa.
Yeah, that
Because
was a good one.
like going back to the pues, ya ves que la marcha, so they've had a few marchas. I believe they had some in California, Dallas. I don't know if it was Denver. I'm still waiting
We're
to see how it
talking like today or in 06?
in the past maybe week or so.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Where they've had it. I don't know which part of California. I'm not sure which.
LA,
Actually,
LA, like
maybe.
downtown LA.
Oh, and it was in downtown LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pero te digo, like it was. So cuando fui a las marchas, right? Like, so I was not in school anymore because I had already dropped out, and I was working during those las primeras marchas. So I remember we like I took the day off. Like I showed up to work, and I told them like, hey, I'm gonna go, and then
You
like
clocked in but left, no?
yeah, I clocked in. I was working, and then I clocked out, and like half of the people that worked there just left.
Mhm.
So, pues, puro mexicano, no todos nos fuimos casi. So what's it called? So obviously they were like, oh, I got written up for it, but I was like, whatever, like you can't fire me. You can't fire like 18 of us, right? So I was like, but I felt safe.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be okay,
Yeah.
De los 18, I'm not the worst one, so I'm good. But like no, digo, like I said, so like it was a pretty good experience to go to those, and I know so I know used to as well, like all three of us have kids. Growing up, I don't know if you guys have ever kind of like have thought about talking to your kids about like like because like, oh, pues back in my day there was a protest and I went to it, right? Where it's like, like she's like, oh, I want to do that. I want to go protest too, like I was like, oh, like
Miguel is like, yo no
should,
quiero ir porque tengo mucho frío.
But part of me is like, well, oh man, pues, la escuela, this and this. So today Chiquis didn't go to school, pero like while she was at the house
on purpose.
She's like, yeah. So she didn't go to school and I didn't go to work. We were both sick, no? And what's it called? So yeah, me said like, oh, she kind of wanted to go, and I was like, why? So at Kennedy, the students they organized a walkout. So around 11 o'clock, they were gonna walk out, and they did it before. Like, I mean, last time when I forgot what was I think it was for Palestine or something, where I mean they organized a walkout. And the school told them like, hey, we want you guys to show up to school, right? Show up to school. It's important. It's your education. Show up. You can't do a walkout. We will even have security guards out there. We will monitor, like, make sure you guys are okay. So mandaron the emails, text messages, and stuff. They're like, hey, we will always support our students. They did a walkout. We were so proud of them. Kind of like les ayudaron. Cool. They were like, all right, you guys want to do this? Yeah. They're like, you guys are encouraged to do the walkout. So during that one, like, they straight up told the teachers like, hey, you cannot como que no les puedes como castigar for not being in class. And so les piden, hey, do a walkout, walk out of class, like do your protest in the front. And Lois are like, all right, you could be out there for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Afterwards, you could come back, like at the end of the day, come back. That way you could come back, get your book back, get your stuff, right? Get todas tus cosas y después te puedes ir para la casa. So obviously there's some that would take all their stuff with them and get a mess even, and they would just leave. Like they wouldn't do the walkout, they wouldn't be part of the protest. But I was like, I'm assuming it's a small amount, right, of people that would.
It's a half a day for them, dude.
Right, it's like that's half a day. But I was like, that's cool, because I don't think Bogan, there was no way they were gonna do that, right?
Yeah,
no,
they would just do that. Fire alarm duty. People would just walk out after that.
Was the walkout, no, the whole school.
Yeah, I don't know. But obviously we know a lot of. I keep going based off the agenda. No, the purpose of the protest. It's a demonstration aimed to highlight the crucial role of immigrants in the U.S. economy and society by encouraging businesses to close and workers to abstain from labor for a day. So, like you said, the Michoacana, Romero, you went and you got your chata, and yeah, they already said, hey, we're supportive, and that's it. I know today where I work, there's a like a supermarket right there in that little plaza, and it was open, but the parking lot was empty. Like usually, it's not like that usually. So I know there was people also in the same boat. As far as like, okay, well, I understand it's a business, it's a big business, so they have to open. It's groceries, so it's an essential type shit. But a la misma vez, I don't know if people called off or for sure people didn't shop as they would, because it's a big chain out here of supermarket. But yeah, so widespread business closures, many immigrant-owned businesses, especially restaurants, grocery stores, and service-based establishments shut down. Solidarity across major cities: Detroit, Chicago, LA, New York. Obviously, that's just to name a few, right? Because I'm sure there was a lot of other cities that also joined this.
Can I say a quick thing, dude? Can I say anything?
Quick prayer?
Yeah, a quick little side note, no?
Dale.
Como you give the same. Me recuerdas mucho when I do my presentations for work, dude, where I'm pretty much reading word for word and trying to come up with stuff in my head so it doesn't look like I'm reading word for word.
No, I mean,
it just reminds me of it.
No, I said I'm reading it off of the. Oh, hold on. Welcome everybody to another episode. We just started, boy.
Yeah, sorry.
What'd you drink?
It just says 20 minutes up there.
Just been bullshitting, dude.
Dude, pues aquí estaba rapidito and I just went back to the old
fucking fancy ass motherfucker.
Winking out, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
la botella ya at this point, dude.
Dude, ya ves, para que lo veas, güey, being poured y todo el pedo, güey. No.
Yeah. Así debe de ser, güey. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
That's that way.
Yeah, we're just talking about the Un Día Sin Inmigrantes, Tank. You didn't miss much. I mean, 20 minutes, but
do you guys remember the movie that came out like in 2006 ish?
Yeah. We were talking about. Did you see the movie first of all?
I did, yeah. Like I don't remember much of it because it's been so fucking long. But what'd you say? What did I think of the movie?
What did you think of the movie?
Primero, Romero, no te escuchamos. Like, I don't know if you're on mute.
Yeah, I think Rob.
I was on mute.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, I just said sorry, real quick. I just said if you watched it that one time and that was it, like you never watched it ever again.
No, I think we watched it maybe like 2 or 3 times during that whole time period. Porque me acuerdo, like, and I was just talking to, I think it was it you, Miguel, about it? So ya ves que like Chiqui's school had a walkout. Y me acordé of the like in that time frame, the 2005, 2006 ish, las marchas on March 1st. Yes, igual like how like we wanted to go to school, dude. Pero
we wanted to. It's crazy how I was going to give you a recap, and you gave the recap that I was going to give, dude.
Oh boy.
That's exactly what we talked about. We talked about the movie. We talked about Las Marchas back in 2006. Like we talked about that. Yeah. So
and again, our walkouts that weren't walkouts, we just didn't go to school.
Yeah, Miguel walking me out to go with him
while smelling gasoline.
Johnny Boy like, no, yo quiero estudiar, no, yo quiero estudiar. I want to be somebody.
And that Johnny Boy, dude, like so, you know, like the hand sanitizers que tienen, you know, like the little ones, que, like you could like the. Nada más que le pone pura gasolina, no está ahí.
God damn, dude.
I remember.
You're gonna get away from the gasolina joke, eh? New year, new us, eh?
I just find it crazy that we talk about this 2006, 2007, 2008, and here we are, dude, 2025, and the same fucking shit, you know, like
almost 20 fucking years later.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy.
It is fucking crazy, dude. I know a lot of our side, like what I mean by our side, like my girl's side of the family, like her mom, like she wanted to cook something today, but she's like, fuck, I gotta go to the store and buy stuff. Like she was feeling guilty for even trying to go to the store and buying everything because they were very about, it's like, okay, we're gonna protest, we're not gonna buy anything, this and this and that. And then her nieces, same thing. Her nieces, they're very like, I'm gonna support. They had to go to work, but they're like, we're not gonna buy anything. Like we're gonna try to participate as much as we can. And
right.
And they tried. Again, I had to go to work because I need the damn money. But if I didn't have to, dude, yeah, I probably would have stayed for sure.
Pues I mean, aquí nos tiene Romero trabajando, dude, so no hay pedo.
Miguel said the same thing, dude. Te digo que no, you didn't miss much, dude. I didn't lie, dude.
Low-key, no. I was listening in, and I just
you were backstage
the whole time. Romero, you said you went to work. You didn't buy anything today, no lunch or anything. But did you notice any difference downtown or anything?
To be honest, I didn't. I mean, I went to work. I did not like walk around the city or anything like that. So it was just straight in, straight out. Pero yeah, like I didn't even like look around to see if there were you know what, actually I did look around. As I was driving by, like I just kind of like at the small like little restaurants that I would go to, I would like take a peek, and I did notice that the lights were off, right? I didn't see any signs, but I'm like, and I left pretty early. Like I left 5 o'clock, which usually I don't leave at 5. So what is it, Miguel? I don't want you to get in trouble for
I feel like we should do like Microsoft Teams, no? Like where it's like there's a button you can click for like para alzar la manita, porque si se cansa uno haciendo. I was gonna say, were you wearing that shirt?
Ooh.
Was I wearing this shirt? I was not.
Were you shy?
You should have, dude. You should have.
We're shy of.
Were you embarrassed of?
I thought Romero, I'm always shy, baby.
See, you should have wore that, dude. Why not to work? Should I tell him, hey, I'm supporting my raza?
You know, everybody heard he's a raza, no?
Oh shit.
Empiezan
can't
los
be saying
putazos,
those
¿no? Somebody
can't be
pulls a
saying
fire
those
alarm.
terms so loosely out here in Chicago, dude.
They're gonna
Dude,
put a fire alarm.
but it's cool how we all like eventually we have the same thought, the same idea towards a lot of stuff, especially this, like everybody coming together to support, to make a statement, right? To make the statement of it's like, hey, we belong here and we contribute as much as anyone else, if maybe more. And I'm not just talking about just Mexicans, just Latinos in general, immigrants in general, right? Doesn't have to be even like Spanish speaking people. So it's cool that we all were able to get together in a way, and everybody did a part, here and there to again make a statement. So that's cool.
And that's the thing I was gonna say, like, you know, for the most part, whoever participated or did their best to participate and do the quote unquote right thing and desde de Días de Sin Inmigrantes. But I'm like, does it really make a difference? Like, you do it in solidarity, you do it to show support, you do it to show that this shit is important. But I'm like, I just don't know how much of an impact or how much weight does it carry up the ladder in decision making. Just because, I mean, again, not to get too political, this is somewhat political, right? Because it is kind of the fruits of Trump's labor here. Um, so it's like whether you like him or hate him, it's like at the end of the day, like he's just doing shit, that he wants to do, and I just don't know how to stop it.
So, I'll tell you this. So there's a lot of people, right away they'll be like, oh, like, that we give so much shit to Trump because he's doing what other presidents have done, right? For example, you have Obama, who's deported like 3 something million people or something like that during his
Hmm.
8 years, right? And it's true. Every single president has done deportations. Like every single president las ha hecho, but nobody has been so outright disrespectful as Trump has been.
I
Like
agree.
nobody has straight up, kind of gone out their ways and been like, we're going to be targeting like everybody that's criminal. Then it's like, oh, like who's a criminal? Like anybody. If you're here illegally, you're a criminal. So you cuentas. And during
Hmm.
these mass raids, like they're starting, like we've heard different stories of que se llevan puertorriqueños, se llevan people from Venezuela that have
Veterans.
amparo, veterans, like U.S. citizens, people that were born here,
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
agarran, like y empiezan a agarrar. So they're very sloppy, and they're very racially profiled because it's like you speak Spanish y lo te quieren jalar.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why we're so opposed and we're so against what Trump is doing, and we're very verbal about it. It's not that like, oh well, he's doing deportations. It's just the way that he does them, and
yeah,
like other ones. I mean, like they've done it in a more organized manner, and they target it right. Like they were targeting. All right, we're going to target like maybe criminals, people with DUIs, stuff like that. Where it was like, like there was DACA, there was there was stuff where it's like, all right, let's support the ones like let's support the immigrants que vienen a trabajar, vienen a estudiar, like they're here, they're helping the economy, and then we'll focus on the other ones.
yeah.
Well, I think ever since his first election to president, the issue has been, como dices, not so. Every president has deported people, right? El pedo ha sido que he made it where people are comfortable now, flat out being like racist and saying
Hmm.
these things where it's like, like, oh, like we're gonna call immigration on you, and you don't even know if they're like citizens or not. And it's just like he opened up this Pandora's box where like people are just flat out like comfortable saying these things that maybe like they thought of
Yeah,
internally, but now it's like, oh, because the president's saying it, like I'm able to say it now
I'm
too. So
okay.
it's like, so ahora se están dando vuelo, and it's just creating a lot of hatred.
Yeah,
And I think that's the thing, like the hatred that's been created, the como habíamos hablado during the live, that it's not the fact that he's like doing the deportations, it's the way he's doing them, that he's terrorizing the communities. So I think más que nada es eso, you know. Um,
I mean,
las
you got.
pendejadas que dice, güey, también.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna say you got the KKK going around giving out pamphlets and all that.
Yeah.
They're gonna ellos mismos they're gonna start doing the deportations and they're gonna come into your homes and they're gonna start asking for papers or whatever. And for them to feel that comfortable says something.
I agree, dude. I agree. I don't know. I know we've been talking about politics and all this stuff that's been going on, but I feel like honestly it's very important to um to mention, and our opinion, our voice, I think is definitely valid. Really quickly, just because I remembered right now,
Mhm.
I went to eat at my suegra's earlier before getting here, and somebody had the little red cards, and she's like, I don't know if anybody needs them, but just pretty much.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
So I've seen them like online and people having them, but Chris's mom, she had a couple. Yeah, that one was tiene derecho. So that one, yeah, it's cool that she's like, oh, I have like 10 left, and she was telling my girl's niece to like, if you want to go ahead and pass them out to whoever needs them. And I was like, yeah, yeah. So we grabbed a couple. I grabbed one for my mom in this case. When I see her this week, I'll give it to her so she could know, because my mom, I feel like it is that person where she's gonna feel like frightened in a sense if
mhm.
they decide to go knock at her door, and she'll be the one opening the door for them, so allowing
Mm,
them to walk in. And I kind of talked to her briefly about it, of like what to do, what not to do, type thing. Kind of, it's an educator, and I mean, she understands, but I feel like even maybe right there in that specific
In the
situation,
moment, like
yeah, you get
panic takes
nervous,
over or
panic, yeah.
whatever.
yeah.
So I'm gonna give this to her. I got it for her. I'm gonna give it to her so she could have. But they're laminated and everything. So it's a little. You guys saw it's a little card and it's laminated. So it's cool that Chris' mom took the time to actually get this, cut them up, laminate them. Like I definitely like little gestures like that. Like you appreciate shit like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's awesome.
crazy stuff. But I'm sure there was some sort of financial impact, right, to this whole
oh
thing.
there he is.
I know it was a day. I know it was a day, but I'm sure they're able to pull up some sort of numbers and be like, okay, it's a day, but motherfucker, like you're trying to get rid of all of us here, so this could continue every single day, and they could see maybe what today did, and it's kind of like I feel like it's a ghost number because it's not exact, so it's just kind of like a potential number. But eventually, if it does, if it were to happen where he gets rid of a lot of immigrants, I feel like they're gonna see that probably times two, times three. Would you guys agree with that, or no?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I
Mhm.
think it's one of those things that like the impact will be big, which is like what a lot of people don't realize, right? Where if you think about all these immigrants or these undocumented people that are working, right? They don't have a social security, so that means they're still paying taxes. They can't file taxes, they can't claim taxes, so they're doing all this and all the money that they're putting into that tax pool without them, being able to get it sent back. That's you like we're talking about a lot of money, dude. It's a
And
whole
then
lot of money.
on top of that, like you know, is the filing of taxes, right? A lot of the illegal immigrants that are here, they want to file taxes at the end of the year to porque siempre se ha dicho, and like I'm sure you heard of it. I mean, it's always talked about in our communities where it's like, oh, no importa, tienes que meter tus taxas, saca tu ITIN number,
Mhm.
por si llega una oportunidad en que puedas arreglar, puedas presentar que you've been an upstanding citizen paying your taxes,
Right.
not even knowing if you're ever going to benefit from it, pero ahí estás, o sea, pagando los pinches impuestos and and for those, I mean, I've been in the boat of being an independent contractor, right? Like as an independent contractor, if your contract is a $5,000 contract, that's what you get, but you still got to report the earnings of those $5,000 and then the taxes that they're going to take out of that. So you have to
Yeah,
make sure you save that money, make sure you pay it. If you don't, then at the end of the year you suffer because you want to be in good standings with the government for when the time comes. When that time is, we don't even know if it'll happen in our lifetime. Hopefully it does, but you still try to uphold that your documents and your status and everything in this country is as legal as it could be.
Yeah.
Just to earn the right to call yourself a resident.
Dude, I'm not gonna go too far into taxes, but I have one of our cars that we use. The tax have been expired since July, and we're like, fuck, like, you know, now with everything with Trump, it's like we're not trying to get stopped for something. I don't want to say so stupid, but it's minimum, you know, that we could actually fix. So I fixed in a little commuter car that I have. I fixed like the tail light. I still need to pay the plates for that one, but I was able to take care of the plates for my girl's car that she drives to work. So we got them done, and we're like, okay, that's done. Now let's focus on getting the plates for this one. And like little stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. Before, I don't want to say it didn't matter, but I didn't give it such importance like how I do now. Like I honestly like it's a life-changing thing now that he's honestly here, and we're seeing a lot of the effects of policies or whatever he's fucking signing and his thoughts and his words or whatever, that I just don't want to get stopped for something so dumb. And then eventually it's like, oh, well, guess what? You got stopped, and besides the fact that you're already a criminal, like just made it worse for you because you got stopped. I mean, that's what he says. So
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So the amount of money both in like, you know, taxes, income, is it groceries, you know, trabajo, everything like merchandise, all that the US makes from undocumented uh people, right? It's a very high number. And for it's just the fear tactics behind, like, oh, the reason why the economy is how it is because, you know, like, of all the immigrants, and you know, there's, you know, the whole like that, they're sending, you know, like the worst people. Is like Mexico doesn't send anybody, dude. Like
yeah,
Mexico
they
nunca
don't. Right.
nunca nunca ha dicho, saben que váyanse de aquí, you know. It's like people decide to do it on themselves. Like, you could say that about Venezuela if you want, you know. And I'm not trying to be bogus or anything, but I know in Venezuela they did open up, you know, the cells and different things, and they told a lot of people like, "Hey, go, like, you know, you need to leave,
yeah,
and if you ever come back, you know, you you might be punished in a certain way. I don't know how." So there's a lot of people that are coming in with the innocent people que vinieron de Venezuela. So I know those rumors came out, y de ahí se está agarrando, like, oh, they're sending rapists, they're sending criminals, they're sending all this, they're opening up their jails, y lo están mandando. And it's like, I think it just bleeds into like what is
It's just
a
the narrative that he's
right,
creating.
yeah, like it bleeds into like what is a normal immigrant and an immigrant que viene, por ejemplo, from that country, right?
Dude, luego no ayuda que like his followers like eat that shit up, dude. Like, dude, I was just flat out say, dude, I honestly think que están malitos de la cabeza, dude. That's my thought, dude.
a little dumb sick, no?
A little bit, dude, because there's no way,
Hey,
dude.
that dumb
Like,
sick came in clutch right now, dude. Because honestly, I feel like that's what they are. No, a little dumb sick.
dude, like, so I was having this conversation with Charlie, dude. Obviously, I vote primarily Democrat, and my ideologies and beliefs align more with the Democrat Party, right? And even with that, dude, like when Biden's fucking up, like I'm not like, you know, like, oh no, like él dijo esto and I'm gonna believe him 100%.
Yeah,
Like when fucking the party did my boy Bernie Sanders wrong, like I wasn't like, oh no, like déjese la mamo a la pinche partido, you know. I was like, no,
yeah,
dude, like, so like I've been pretty self critical with, you
yeah.
know, like politicians, like the party that I, you know, like endorse y todo. But dude, like the way they fucking eat that shit up, where it's like
They
pueden
believe
ver que
everything.
el cielo está azul, y si les dice, oh no, if you look at it, it's actually purple. Y al día siguiente, like, oh well, actually, you know, you think you're seeing blue, but you're really seeing purple. And like, I was like, dog, like,
Yeah, how?
no mames, way, see.
There's an
So
interview on TikTok, and they're talking to Trump supporters, and they ask about, you know, about Jesus. I think I don't know
Oh
if you guys
yeah,
seen it.
Yeah,
you
So
shared it with us. I think.
did I?
I believe
Oh,
so.
I did share it with you guys, but I don't think we talked about it last. Oh, I shared it between last episode
yeah,
and this.
sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they flat out said, yeah, if he comes in properly, like they start using words. It's like, bro, it's Jesus
Like
Christ.
if
Like,
they
Comes in through
if
the
they
proper
come to the
channels.
proper channels.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, what? And the guy's like, if he comes, yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like for them to even go that far to be like, yeah, if Jesus steps down today, if he comes through like proper channels, he's welcome. Like, really? Like you get, they're supposed to be like extra Christian about it. Like, you know, I'm not trying to involve religion now, but they say that like, oh, it's this is the way, and you know, Mandalorian style type shit.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Well,
It's crazy.
I don't know if you've seen the one where like and I want to say it was during his first run at presidency, where they were asking, they're like, oh, you know, like we're gonna ask you a few questions about Joe Biden, and then they'll be like, oh, like what do you think of him dodging the draft? You know, because he said that he had, I forgot what, and sus pies.
Mhm.
And like those, like, no, that's very unpatriotic. That's very
Oh
un-American.
yeah.
That's very
Mhm.
like him and this and that. And then the interviewer is like, "Oh, wait! I'm sorry, I got my notes mixed up. Can we start over again?" Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you know, Trump dodged the what's it called
Draft.
like whatever the
Draft.
draft because he said, and it was like the same shit. No, well, you know that's a very serious condition, and you don't want to like like dude, the narrative changed completely, and I was like, bro, like
Yeah.
no mames, like
That's so
There's,
crazy, dude.
there was people that got pissed off and just walked away. You're just trying to confuse me. They're like, no.
Same narrative, different person.
Yeah.
Literally. I don't know, muchachos. I'm glad. Again, I'm glad that nonetheless, we're all trying to stick together. Like I said, I'm trying to take the positive out of all this. I'm still trying to fucking live by literally day by day type thing. You know, a lot of things that have changed already because I'm trying to keep it literally 100 as far as like with my stuff that I need to pay, my cars and all that stuff. Um, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to stick to that day by day mentality, but
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's a little hard.
I think what you said is very, very valid, right? And it should be something that everybody should kind of take in consideration, right? Like, make sure you don't give them an excuse, right? Where it's like, stay on top of your shit, pay everything, be careful. Like, you know, this time, like, definitely be on your como es P's and Q's.
yeah.
Um, and what's
Cross
it
your
called?
T's, dot your I's.
Yep. I was like, don't give them an excuse. And I am actually very happy when I heard that there's a lot of police officers. For example, I saw one in California, donde fue el sheriff. The sheriff
Oh, yeah.
went to que es una donde cortan las fresas, ¿no?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Something like
And
that.
he llevó un traductor, and he's like, hey, tell them. And he was telling them like, hey, tell them that we support them. We're here for them. Like,
Mhm.
we're not gonna. We're like our police force will not support what ICE is doing.
Yeah.
Like, we will protect them as much as we can. We will do this. And he was telling them like, this is what you're supposed to do if you get pulled over, and if this. So he's telling them all this, spreading information, right? And then you had somebody that here in Chicago that were saying that like, hey, the ICE is saying that they're having trouble like obtaining and detaining too many people because that too many people know not to say nothing and to be quiet and para no decir nada. So al último, like, no
Yeah,
tienen
I
so
saw a
that
news
they were like,
reporter,
yeah,
like he was interviewing somebody and he's
yeah,
like, what we're struggling with, what we're facing is people have too much information.
yeah,
Mhm.
People know how to handle ICE. And it's like, why is that an issue? Like, why is it an issue that the American public has the right information to not
Be-
have to be detained unnecessarily?
right, because I think before it was one of those things that I just said about, like, for example, my mom, where not trying to call her dumb, but she's not educated to certain stuff.
right,
So right now we have the platforms to actually inform each
Yeah,
other,
people were
right?
not informed
No,
back
no.
then
Obviously,
when
back
those riots
then,
were happening. Mhm.
social media, plays a big factor in all this to try to spread the right information or know your rights with the cards and all that stuff. And like we did it. You had that slideshow with the cards and know your rights and stuff like that. Like we're able to do that now. But back then, it was just like, oh, well, I'm from the police, I'm from ICE, and I'm here for so and so
You would
person.
see it in the movies, right? Like
Mhm.
ICE will pull up to a restaurant and then
Yeah,
people would just start running, hiding, and
yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And hey, honestly, like before this, know your rights and all this like movement that's been happening, like I thought it had to be like that. Um, now we know a little more and we're able to pass on that knowledge and hopefully, situations don't have to escalate.
Yeah.
But but to me that was, I think it was in CNN. Like I can't recall who was being interviewed, but I believe it was CNN where dude is complaining about like what we're
So
struggling with is people
I,
having too much info.
I think he's the head of in the Trump administration. He's the head of the like que se encarga de todo eso. So he's the one that like I guess planned all these like
raids and
well,
all that
obviously
shit.
with yeah, obviously with
I forgot his name, but the older guy looking Kane looking motherfucker, dude. looks like
an
Kane,
older
dude.
Kane guy.
He looks like Kane, I swear to God.
A little dumb sick boy, no?
A little dumb sick.
Yeah,
dude.
real quick, guys. So I remember I would always remember hearing that La Villita brings in a ton of money, right? For not just Chicago, but like nationally is one of the streets or the corridors they call it that brings in the most revenue. So I started looking it up real quick. Um, and so what was reported in 2015 is that Chicago's Little Village neighborhood, particularly its 26th Street corridor, right? So La 26, was recognized as the city's second highest grossing commercial area, generating approximately 900 million in annual sales. Now,
Yeah.
this is in comparison to Magnificent Mile, Michigan Avenue, which reported 1.8 billion sales that year, right? So 1.8 billion Magnificent Mile, 900 million La Villita.
Damn.
Right? So then they follow up by saying, for instance, in early 2025, reports indicate a drop of 50% in foot traffic in the area attributed to concerns over potential immigrant raids. So as we talk about today, the Días Sin Inmigrantes, ever since the talks about raids have happened, there's not a lot of foot traffic. There's not a lot of stores having businesses open or, any customers, going down La Villita because of the same reasons.
There's a movement in TikTok now where, they're trying to do a movement in TikTok where it's like, anybody that's obviously a U.S. citizen, just because that way it's not in not in immediate danger, right? It's like if you're a U.S. citizen, go to 26th Street, go and shop at restaurants, go shop at stores, go shop at this, like support, because all these small businesses that are struggling right now because there's not that much foot traffic because of the same thing, the raids and what's it called, and it's like like go and support, like la gente que pueda, and I'll tell you this, right? One time I went to, and it's like it's an Ogden and something, so a little restaurant que se llama La Guadalupana, right? I went there, dude, it was empty.
Really?
Like yeah, it was a Friday night. And it was for a Friday night. It was empty. Tenían un grupillo, like they had like a little like party, like they rentaron like part of the restaurant. But the other rest of the part, dude, maybe like 4 tables of people. That's it. Like, and by tables I mean like a table of two. And like in my table was just me and Cassie, and another table, nada más una señora sola, and that's it, dude. And it was like, damn, like for a Friday night, like,
dejaron con la
that
cuenta,
taco place. In a taco place, dude, like that's crazy, right? So obviously that's a movement that they're trying to do. So I will say this for anybody that's in Chicago, or you know what, anybody in the US, if you can go to any, especially mom and pop Mexican shops, restaurants, stuff like that, support for lo mismo, because obviously they're taking a hit too.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking at something. I was gonna say I was looking at something on I didn't catch the website. I know I didn't screenshot it, but they're trying to have California be its own like independent independent country. Which is crazy, but there's an actual website where you sign a petition and you'll be I don't know how that goes though. Yeah, you sign a petition, but then what? Like the petition gets to 100,000 people, and then you submit it to the government, or how does that work?
I mean,
So,
Texas was trying to do that,
yeah,
right?
Texas trying to do that.
Texas.
Which, I mean, by all means, ¿no? By all
Please.
means. Luego México les cae
I'll sign
encima,
your
¿no?
petition, no?
Sí, ¿no? Que les caiga encima el México luego, ¿no?
Yeah.
Pero like, no, I know there's a process that you could decease. ¿Cómo se llama? Decease?
No sé.
Secede. Sorry. You could secede from the United States. It's a long process, and it's not an easy process, you know. Pero dude, I gotta say, dude, shout out to the governor of Florida, dude. Oh, sorry, the governor of California.
Florida.
Yeah, not him, dude.
Oh boy.
No, like he has what $42 million saved up or something like that. 42 or $24 million saved up, where he's going to start using those for attorney fees, because he's going to fight like all of Trump's laws and everything. So he's like, like I'm ready. And the way that he emasculated Trump at the airport, bro, that shit was beautiful, dude.
No lo vi.
¿No lo viste, dude? Déjate la pinto rápido, ¿verdad? Llegó, like, ya ves que pasó the fires in LA, sí. Right? So llegó Trump de sorpresa, no le quiso dejar saber que iba a ir, porque pues traían pedo. So que Trump llega, se baja del avión, y bien contento, y se le quitó la sonrisa cuando estaba ahí parado el gobernador de California. Oh, yeah. Y ya cuando se baja Trump, pues lo saluda, y como que Trump se quiso como quitar la mano para darse la vuelta, y el gobernador de California, güey, que le agarra la mano y se la jala otra vez, así, decirle, ¿dónde vas, pendejo, eh?
Yeah. No, so, I think that thing is, so the way that I've seen videos, the way that Trump shakes hand is según like a power move.
A bitch. Oh, my bad.
Pues también, güey, igual, donde like él jala la mano.
Presidente, nomás estoy aquí. Entertainment purposes only.
Él les jala la mano, and that's like him saying like, oh, like I'm the one that's in control. I'm the one that. So I guess people have caught on to that. Y el gobernador igual, like when he tried doing that, no se dejó. Y se la jaló para atrás and shit. So.
Se la jaló y hasta le empezó a hacer así, kind of like, no lo tocó, pero le apuntaba en la cara, así en el pecho, así, like close, y le estaba diciendo, y nada más Trump como que agachaba la mirada y todo, ¿verdad? Y ya se fue. Pero eso sí, ya ves que during the inauguration, Trump no le pudo dar un beso a the first lady, ¿cómo se llama? Melania.
One of the
Trumps. Mrs. Trump. Mrs. Trump. Le quiso dar un beso y no pudo porque ella pues, tenía una gorra, ¿verdad? Y entonces que le dio un air kiss. Pero ese día, dude, con gorra y todo, le dio un besote al gobernador de California, dude. Y people were like, ahí sí no le importó la cachucha, dude.
I see, dude. I don't know, muchachos. Obviously, we have 4 years of this motherfucker, and I'm sure we're gonna be talking about this all over again because some shit just keeps happening every fucking day, some new shit. So, you know, we
4
talked
years
about
of content, dude.
4 years of fucking content. Dude. All of a sudden, we turned into a political fucking podcast. No?
Hey, sponsored
by
Johnny
Ramos.
Yeah, dude.
Johnny Ramos.
Stank. That's what he said, dude. That's what he said. This way. He said that.
Johnny Ramos and Stank, no?
Yeah, dude. Pero yeah, muchachos, about to reach that 1 hour mark. Any last remarks, last comments? Palabras de tanque, I don't know.
Palabras de tanque?
No, that's for the lives, dude. That's for the lives.
Oh, my bad, dude. Okay.
I think overall, I think overall is I think that the message for sure, right? Like with this, you know, movement of Días Inmigrantes and all that, like I think it is very valid for those who can and go support those independent businesses that are taking a toll, right? And even with that taking a toll, like they still stand behind the day and they close, they let people take the day off. You know, it is a struggle, like having a business that your family relies on. And other than, you know, if your business is a bigger business and not a small business, like, there's a lot of families that depend on that income. So being able to support the right people, like I know there's talks about like, you know, boycotting other stores and big stores. Like I get it. it's hard to do sometimes, but it's one of those things. I think I brought it up a few episodes ago of like, we might not have the right. Some of us might not have the right to go and vote for the next president or whatnot, but your your dollar can count as a vote. So where you're putting your money towards is important, and I mean that's all we can hope for, just for the stability of our people and making sure that families have the right income to keep on thriving and surviving the next 4 years at least.
Yeah. Well said, dude.
And free my boy Luigi, dude. He did nothing wrong, dude.
Who that be?
Some guy that allegedly did something, but
that's messed up, dude.
Son rumores, dude.
He didn't do nothing, dude.
Son rumores.
Yeah. Okay. So, muchachos, cutting it a little bit short before the hour, right? Do you want to hit me with the prompt, dude, or you want me to top of the dome type shit?
Oh,
freestyle, ¿no?
Hola, a ver. Top of the dome, dude. A ver cómo te va.
Ahí te va, dude. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. All links can be found at todostomanpod.com.
Estaba cerquita, dude. Es podcast.com, dude.
Dude, pero el pod también los lleva el Todos Toman podcast, ¿no?
Cierto, tienes razón.
There we go.
What's the other
Facebook,
one,
Instagram, and TikTok at Todos Toman Pod. Maybe not in the same order, dude, pero bueno, pues ahí más o menos.
We will, we dropped the Facebook group, dude, so I don't even bring that up anymore.
We could probably review the social media and see, again, I still haven't tried Blue Sky. I want to.
I think we should, dude.
There's other social media que están saliendo where like I'm like, all right, cool, like I'll try it.
Give it a try.
I'll see how it is.
Let me know, dude. I know how it is, and then I'll download it eventually based off your review.
I got you, dude.
Got you. Bomb Address. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate everybody. Tank, aka Stank, thank you for coming in here with us. Hit me with the goodbye music. There we go. Now it feels real that we're gonna end it. No?
We'll see.
Bye, pues. Paz y amor, muchachos.
Paz.
His own making his own soundboard, no?
Sí.
Ahí nos vamos.
Bye.